and welcome to yet another episode of the GRE RC Simplified playlist, where, as the name suggests, we're going to learn how to crack the toughest that GRE has to offer, reading comprehension, using the simplest of techniques. So this is the first part of our final video on types of RC passages. So if you happen to miss out on the previous ones, then make sure you check them out. For now, let's dive right in. Donna David, and I'm a GRE and admissions expert here at GRE. And in today's video, we're going to cover a very important type of RC passage questions, mainly questions based on an overall understanding of the passage. And you may expect questions on the central theme of the passage, author's tone, and the author's views on what's being discussed in the passage. Now, we use the IEA technique to solve 3 types of RC passage questions. And the fourth type is not an exception. So to solve type 4 questions as well, we're going to use the identify, eliminate, and attempt technique. To help you with some extra practice, we put together an exclusive ebook with tons of sample RC questions that you can solve in the GRE style. So don't forget to check that out in the description below. So now, how do we identify the type 4 RC passage questions? The answer is very simple. If the question pertaining to the passage asks you to identify the main theme of the passage, tone of the passage, or the author's outlook of the passage, then look no further. It's type 4 RC passage questions. Let's take a look at an example. Here's a sample passage. Feel free to pause the video and give it a good read. Great. That was an interesting read. Now let's look at what are the key takeaways from this passage. The author has high regard for scientists of the past who did not shy away from taking up manual labor and in fact enjoyed it. He holds the modern system guilty of responsible for division of labor and polarizing people's mindset. He is also not really happy with the fact that children of workmen don't receive quality education and that the New Age scientists despise manual work. He feels that we should not create a hierarchy of labor and restrict ourselves to doing what is defined. He also feels that breaking this chain will lead to advancement in science and also in humanity. That is pretty much what this passage comprises. Now for the question. Which of the following best describes the author's outlook on the division of brain work and manual labor? Option A, unhappy of the disconnect between scientists and workmen. Option B, supportive of the scientists of the past. Option C, accusative of all the scientists who refuse to indulge in manual labor. And option D, critical of workmen who do not take the efforts to study and get a strong education. Finally, option E, unsure of the outcome of the disconnect between brain work and manual work. It's time to use our IEA technique. Let's identify. If you look at the options, all of them look correct at the first glance. But on closer inspection, you'll be able to identify the odd one out. In most cases, all the options will be true. We have a similar situation in this passage. All of the options given are true with respect to the passage. All but one option. Option E. It is stated that the author is unsure of the outcome of the disconnect between brain work and manual work. But in fact, he is very sure of the outcome, which is why he wrote the passage in the first place. According to the author, non-cooperation between brain work and manual work will affect the progress of science, industry, and more importantly, humanity. So option E can be eliminated. But now, how do you identify the correct answer? While attempting RC questions, try to ask the question, what is the gist of the passage? And try to answer it in a single sentence. This will help you focus on identifying the subject and the main idea of the passage, and not just on the important points. The right option should be a gist of all the other given options and should be a statement that covers all the options. All the 4 options given are actually true with respect to the passage, but try to frame questions with the options. Let's go bottom up. Is the author critical of workmen? who do not take the efforts to study and get a strong education? Yes. But this can't be the only answer, as it does not give a gist of the rest of the options. It does not accuse the scientists who refuse to indulge in manual labor. Is the author only accusative of all the scientists who refuse to indulge in manual labor? Yes. But this too can't be the right answer for the same reason. Is the author only supportive of the scientists of the past? Yes. But is he only supportive of the scientists of the past? No, he's all accusative of the ones who refuse to indulge in manual labor and critical of workmen who don't take the efforts to study. So this answer does not talk about it. Now to our last option. Is the author only unhappy of the disconnect between scientists and workmen? Yes. Does this cover the rest of the options? Yes. His unhappiness of the disconnect between scientists and workmen can be mapped to all the three options. Accusative of the scientists who refuse to indulge in manual labor, unlike their predecessors, and also critical of workmen who don't take the efforts to study. So there you have it. Option A is the right answer. So go on and attempt it with confidence. And that's a wrap. We've come to the end of today's video, but make sure you stay tuned for the second part, where we're going to cover how to tackle questions on author's tone of the passage. And if you want to be notified every single time we upload a new video, then make sure you hit that subscribe button and check that bell icon so that you're updated every single time. Also, don't forget to check out that free ebook provided in the description below, where we've compiled a lot of questions that you can practice for your expertise. And of course, while practicing, if you have any questions based on what we've learned so far, then make sure you leave that down as a comment and we'll get back to you with answers from our experts. So if you've liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up and share it with your friends who's also preparing for the GRE. Until next time, this is Donna David signing off. Happy learning!